Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. So, our lecture for today is all about the relationship between criminology and sociology. So, we know for a fact that criminology is a branch of sociology, sociology being broader, and criminology being specific under the scope of your sociology. So, we have here on your book, page 86, the sociological positivism. Sociological positivism suggests that societal factors such as poverty, membership of subcultures, membership of gangs, or low levels of education predispose people to crime. So yan poverty, membership to subcultures or gangs, or low level of education, so hindi nakapag-aral, predispose people to crime. So this predispose people to crime. That is under your sociological positivism. Sociological positivism. We also have here the term sociological criminology. It is it refers to the sociological understanding of crime and criminal justice, stressing the importance of social structure and social in, inequality. Excuse me. So that is your sociological criminology. It refers to your sociological understanding of crime and criminal justice, stressing the importance of social structure and social inequality. So means to say, whenever there is social inequality, it follows the tendency of crime, according to sociological criminology. We also have here the term sociological imagination. So it refers to the ability to attribute private troubles to problems in the larger social behavior. So it is where we can predict, imagine possible private troubles or problems within a larger society. So yan. So of course, if in a society we have two groups, there involves conflicts already. Tapos ngayon, meron pa ulit isa pang mas malit ulit na group, it may cause also another private trouble to that larger society. Ganyan. So, whenever there is conflict, basta ito lang sa community, whenever there is conflict within a society, that group in conflict, yan, yung mga grupo na yan na in conflict with the community, always makes way to level or uh, to be on equal footage with that group they are in conflict with. So ganyan, di ba? Parating ganyan. Whenever there is conflict between the good and evil, kung sino parati ang mas lamang at kung sino naman yung hindi napapanigan always makes way to be in fair footage with the opposite group. So pagka ganun, uh, tendency is there will be a problem. So yan, the mere fact na na-imagine nyo yan, sociological imagination ang tawag dyan. Pagka kunwari, merong na blacklist sa LSTU, Kasi parati siyang nagbabiolate ng school policy. Tapos nabalitaan yun, nag-enroll siya sa kabilang school or sa kabilang school. Then, ngayon, meron kayong perspective na, ay, wala. Siguradong maguguluhin na naman yan yung klase doon. Kawawa naman yung magiging classmate niya. Diba? Yung mga parang ganun na imagination. So that is under sociological imagination. We also have here the term sociological perspective. It refers to the belief that social backgrounds influence individuals' attitudes or behaviors. So in short, it is talking about the background of that person. Diba? Yan ang sinasabi ni sociological perspective. That the background of a specific person shows his attitude and behavior. Yan. Kaya kung kayo later on mag-a-apply, meron tinatawag na CBI or Complete Background Investigation. So ano ba ginagawa sa Complete Background Investigation? Tatanungin yung community nyo, yung barangay officials nyo, tatanungin, musta ba tong taong to? Well, hindi ba siya kinumplain ng co-resident niya? Wala ba siyang barangay complaints? Wala ba siyang criminal case? Wala ba siyang kalukuhang ginagawa? Wala ba siyang masamang ginagawa? Ano yung mga ginagawa niya? Ano yung kinabubuhay niya? Ano ba yung trabaho ng pamilya niya? So, all of those are factors to the individual's attitudes and behavior. So, lahat ng kanyang background has something to say about his attitude and behavior. That is your sociological perspective. Now we have again here the question, who is a sociologist? Nasagot na natin ito noon. Who is a criminologist? A sociologist is someone who studies the society. Yan. And social behavior by examining the groups, cultures, organizations, social institutions, and processes that people develop. So, in short, it is the study of society. What does sociologists do in the field of criminology? A sociologist sees crime as an individual and social problem and believe that it cannot be properly understood without examining the surrounding social, political, and economical context. So yan ang view ng sociologist in the specific field of criminology. They see that a certain problem on crime cannot be properly addressed or prevented or solved without understanding its social surroundings. Yan. So, dapat pag-aralan natin maigi yung social condition ng crime na yan for us to be able to prevent such reoccurrence. Yan. So, we have here now the some important contributors in the field of criminology. Or in your book, we have here sociologists in their contributions to criminology. Still on page 86. We have here Adolf Kitilet. He made use of data and statistical analysis to gain insight into relationship between crime and sociological factors. He found that at that age, such as young, adult, and old, gender, male and female, poverty versus the rich, education versus the uneducated, and alcohol consumption were important factors related to crime. So yan si ating Adolf Kitilet. He used statistical data to analyze crime. Adolf Kitilet. Next is Rawson W. Rawson. He utilized crime statistics again to suggest a link between population density and crime rates, with the crowded cities creating an environment conducive for crime. So it is Rawson who stated that as population increases, the crime rate increases. So yan ang sabi ni Rawson. We also have here Henry Mayhew. He used empirical personal observation. So hindi siya gumamit ng statistical data but merely personal observation, uh, empirical methods, and an ethnographic approach. So when we say ethnographic approach, he studied an ethnic group or ethnic groups to address social questions and poverty, and presented his studies in London labor and the London poor. So yan ang sinasabi ni dito. Henry Mayhew studied ethnic groups and answered some questions pertaining to poverty. So poverty is the cause that such group commits crime. So kung meron kayong alam na cultural minority, yan. Tapos walang, syempre, hindi siguro maka-level up, walang trabaho, magandang trabaho. Mostly, ang ginagawa, they have no choice, but for them to survive, they have to do crime, siguro, mga ganyan. We also have here Emil Durkheim. He viewed crime as an inevitable aspect of society with uneven distribution of wealth and other differences among people. So, he says that crime is caused by the uneven distribution of wealth. So, meron kasing mayaman, meron kasing poor. Kaya meron tayong differences among people which causes crime. Yan ang sabi ni Emil Durkheim. Emil Durkheim. Tapos ang sagot, ang pinupose naman ni Marxism dito is dapat pantay-pantay na si Karl Marx, di ba? So dapat pantay-pantay ngayon ang tao. Dapat walang mayaman, walang mahirap para wala nang conflict within the people. Wala nang difference among the people. So yun naman ang kay Karl Marx in his Marxism. Next in your book is wala dito ito. William Adrian Bonger, a Dutch criminologist. He believes in causal link between crime and economic and social conditions. So he ascertained that crime is social in origin and a normal response to prevailing cultural conditions. In more primitive societies, he contended that survival requires more selfless altruism within the community. So what are the causes of crime according to William Adrian Bonger? It is the link between economic and social conditions. So these two are the causes of crime. So economic and social conditions. So when we say economic, it is talking about the uh, wealth of the community. Yan. And social conditions. Okay, so let us also discuss the other contributors, sociologists, and their contribution to criminology. We also have here Alec John Jeffries. He contributed in criminalistics, Fellow of Royal Society, FRS, born on 9 January 1950 at Oxford in Oxfordshire, British geneticist who developed techniques for DNA fingerprinting and DNA profiling. So, pagkang tanong is, who developed techniques for DNA fingerprinting? It is Alec John Jeffries. We also have here Alphonse Bertillon. So, paulit-ulit, napag-usapan na natin to. He created anthropometry. So, you say anthropometry, it is an identification system based on the physical measurement. So, measurement of bones, skulls, yan, body measurement. We also have here George L. Wilker. He said that criminology can never become a science. So, negative naman yung approach niya. He said that criminology can never become a science. But he was wrong. Criminology is a science. And again, Edwin Sutherland, criminology today is not a science, but it has hope of becoming a science. Yan naman yung sabi niya. But still, criminology is a science. We will not be studying it if it's not science. We also have here Dr. Charles Goring. In his research published in 1913, which was based on a statistical analysis of prisoners, yan, the researcher argued from his findings that criminals were not qualitatively different from other people, but were simply on the extremes of the line of normality. So it is Charles Goring who stated that criminals are normal persons. The only difference between criminals and normal persons is that criminals are on the extremes of line of normality. So mas matindi sila kaysa sa normal. Kaya sila naging criminology. So sociology of law, again, this is the division of criminology which attempt to offer scientific analysis to the conditions under which penal or criminal laws develop as process of formal social control. So law becomes the social control of a society. That is your sociology of law. So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Our topic for next meeting is the relationship between psychology and criminology.